in the bank.
Rates are good. Pretty exciting.
You know why? Right.
Free money. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, welcome back to the program. Thanks for staying with us. This is your Real Estate Chalk Talk, coming to you from the Hittner Group at Coldwell Banker Realty. 612-627-8000 is the real estate information hotline. 612-627-8000, or go to hittnergroup.com. Hittner Group, all one word. hittnergroup.com, the greatest real estate website in the continental United States. Kelvin,
How are you?
what's going on in your money market?
A lot of things going on this morning. The jobs numbers came out, blew out expectations again.
Well, up or down, or
up,
good or bad?
Up, good. Well, good. If depending on
who you're
depending on what you want to see happen, right? So, the Federal Reserve wants to see the economy
job market contract
and go away and get rid of this inflation. Instead, the estimate was like around 240, and it came in at 311,000 new jobs.
So the economy is doing well, and the Federal Reserve is disappointed.
Correct. Yep.
Perfect. That's the government we want.
Yeah, well, that's what they're trying. They're trying to slow that down. So now, the articles this morning said the Fed's going to accelerate their rate hikes. So we were thinking we'd have one more rate hike of about a quarter. Now they're saying they're going to come back next session, do another 50 basis points to try to slow down inflation,
and then more in the summer.
Potentially, depending on how it affects.
More in the summer.
Like, and these companies aren't just going to surrender and go, well, okay, we give. Everybody's trying to make, just like us, everybody in this
trying
room,
to grow their business. Yep.
We're all guys trying to make a living building our own businesses, right? You got insurance, real estate, mortgage. We're all trying to grow our businesses, and we're not going to slow down just because the Federal Reserve hopes that everybody crashes for a little bit.
Right.
So it's a little unsettling, but that is what's happening. Now, we anticipate that once the Fed puts that extra 50 bips on, long-term rates are going to start to come down actually pretty dramatically, because rates have, they've crept up with this stuff, and now this, we're in a good spot. We're like mid sixes, low sixes. We'd get 5.99 with some money. It's like, okay, we're okay. This is an okay spot, not great, but okay. But hold on, but now we're at 7. National average is 7% on rates right now.
Mm-hmm.
So can we get to 6.99, 6.5? I was showing you at coffee this morning. 6.5 costs like 2 points.
Right.
To get down to 6.5%. So now you're talking, if I'm buying your place, I'm going to say, hey, will you help? Will you give me some closing costs so I can use some of that money to lower my rates, or at least do a temporary buy down?
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing a buy down literally on probably 80% of our files, which means you either do a 1-0 buy down, so the first year we start a point under, or we do a 2-1 buy down where we go 2% under. We have a 3-1 buy down, start 3% under, but the cost thing gets pretty.
Yeah. Question for you on the buy downs real quick to throw you off. Mm-hmm. Can you refinance that at any time then? It doesn't matter.
Yep. Yeah,
and
you get
to,
a credit
lock
for
in for a period of time on the buy down.
No
scenario.
No,
okay.
the minute rates get back, now they're saying, remember we're saying, hey, rates are going to get into high 4s, low 5s. Now they're saying, well, we're going to get rates down hopefully in the high 5s, mid 5s. Like, come on, you guys keep inching this thing up to kind of say, hey, you guys have to start to get comfortable at this level. And quite honestly, if we could be, I would love anything from 4.5 to 5.5. If you've given me 100-point window, that's where I would love to live, because then there's a lot you can do, right? And then if you were to refinance because rates came down, any of those dollars that were spent to get that buy down, that's just a principal reduction on your new loan. So it's actually okay to do, but we just have to have the money, right? And not everybody has those additional funds to fund that buy down. So then we're going to that's when we're getting into this whole conversation.
Let me ask you this question. So is there a maximum number of points that you can apply towards buying the rate down?
Yeah, you can only, yep. But you're not going to hit it.
Okay, I mean, because years ago, I'm when rates were at 18%, 17%, we were coming in with 5, 6, and 7 points, trying to buy the rate down. So it just wouldn't make any economical sense now, because I was looking this morning. I'll just pull it up here. The median home price in Dakota County is $463,000. So now you take 5 points on that. You're just not going to do that, and you don't need to. We're really confident rates are going to get back in that 5, high 5s, mid 5s.
area here, so we'll be okay.
When?
We think April 10th is actually when the next Fed meeting is, and we'll start to trend after that. That's what we're told.
All the way down to 1.5 or 2 points low?
No, maybe if we go from 7 down to about high 5s, mid 5. You know, if we could be
99999.
Yeah, I mean that's for some reason 5.99 is a lot better rate than 6.
It's also better than 7.25.
7.25, right? Or yeah, it's so the market's challenging, but yet here's the interesting thing: if you're doing a good job as a loan officer, and you're doing we do a family cash flow analysis, and when you look at the overall, like at what are we going to do with the money that we're getting from the sale of this home, and now we look at all their debt and we say, hey, let's get rid of this debt that's running you 18, because remember, credit cards are going up too, car loans are going up too. So if we can take some of those proceeds from the sale of that home, and now we're paying off some of this debt, and now we're maybe getting 6.5% money,
right?
And that's deductible interest. Right. We're money ahead
You're
all
18,
day.
19%.
Right. But it's
consumer debt.
But it's not back, a couple years ago. It's just like, what's your rate? 2.99. Great. Boom. Done. You don't have more conversation. Now, if you're a good loan officer, you're having those good conversations that quite honestly are fun, because you can position a family really, really well, but you have to have some knowledge and not just be a rate jockey in this business.
So the way that you approach it is you take the family, as I'm understanding it, and they could actually buy a larger home at a higher rate and restructure some of their existing debt.
Absolutely.
And come out to be a little more or the same as they were before going in, only they've got so much more going for them.
Right. Yep, that's exactly what we do. And that's the fun part, right? When you can say, hey, do you see how this makes sense? But then here's the things we're going to do. It's really fun. That's rewarding. And quite honestly, it's a lot more rewarding to do that than just say, hey, it's 2.99.
Right.
Right? Because now we actually have to think. We have to design. You guys know I'm a nerd on Excel, so I've got the funnest sheets ever. But when the rates are 2.99, no one cares about my Excel worksheet.
Yeah.
Now they love me, Now they like that stuff. So that's been good. What else is going on? Let me just grab some stuff. Job claims actually went up, so unemployment actually went up a little bit too, because people stopped looking for jobs and all of that. So that's interesting. And we kind of see that that we're just going to be in this weird space for a little bit. But I think we see activity increasing. Like in our branch, we're still going to close between 40 and 50 loans this month, just in our Eagan branch, not our whole region, but just in our branch. So business is getting done, right? So even the rates are a little higher, business is getting done. We're running into these stupid multiple offers all the time. And, we publish this segment all the time. So I just want you to touch on that again. And I'd like to ask, how do you guys in your world, every time, when I'm looking at your listing and I'm excited about it and I'm going to say, hey, we're going to make an offer, how is it that suddenly so does everyone else?
Well, good is good,
right?
When you've got a luscious apple that's ready to eat, I think there's more than one person that wants to eat that apple.
I don't know.
Yes.
I think you reach out to everybody that looked at the apple.
Of course we do. That's
then
the thing.
You say, hey, come have dinner.
For example, the property we looked at recently, that property was clearly priced to get multiple offers. Mm-hmm. When we walked in there, I said, there is no way that this house is going to sell for this asking price. This is priced to get multiple offers.
Priced to get, meaning it's priced low,
it's priced low. Right.
Interesting.
Because they didn't know. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, they don't know what it's going to be. Mm-hmm. They just know that it's somewhere in this range, and they want to get the upper end of the range, and they'll let the market determine what that landing point is.
And it's not just to your point where you say, oh, you call everybody else. Certainly, as a listing agent, you want to reach out to everybody that's looked at the property.
Yep.
But buyers will sit on the fence in a market like this,
yep.
and they'll wait. And then you have the takeaway where it's like, somebody else made an offer. We're going to look at that tomorrow at noon. Mm-hmm. And I know, you 4 people over here said you liked the house. You gave us good feedback. Do your folks actually want to pursue anything? And half of those people will say, all right, yes, we do. And then the other fence sitters will move on and go somewhere else. So it's a little bit of human nature in there where, I did want that. Now I'm going to have to pursue it under competitive circumstances as opposed to just going after it to begin with.
Yeah.
And so I encourage my buyers, if you do like a property and it just came on the market yesterday and we walked through it, last night, and you think that you can see yourself living there, let's make an offer.
Sure.
If you're in a position to do so mentally, let's make the offer.
Right.
Because there's no sense in waiting around.
You got nothing to lose.
And in this market, too, you're not getting all of that multiple offer situation right away. And so you could get ahead of the other folks that are twiddling their thumbs or, making more discerning decisions, which is great,
So once the property's on market, the faster we can get an offer, it's the less likely that you have other people always looking.
Well, it's just a timing thing, too. Think of the seller now. He got an offer on the table. How long are you going to wait?
Carry that, right?
And carry that and then worry about losing that offer, waiting, hoping for another one that may or may not come.
Yeah, and there's been enough in the news right now to tell folks that market times are taking a little bit longer. Prices tend to be a little bit softer. Sellers are conceding on some things like concessions for closing costs, and people are having inspections again. And so things have balanced out over the last 12 months. So here we are.
Yeah.
We're going to head out. That's it for this week. Call Calvin 651-231-2500 for any mortgage information, and call us 612-627-8000. See you next week.
You've been listening to